Hey there, welcome back to Marksman, etc. Today we're going to go over a new topic that I'm going to start as a series on this channel. It's called Underrated, where I talk about a shoe that I think is just being slept on, not as popular. They're mostly going to be Adidas shoes. They're not really going to be Nike. Also, before we get into it as well, I had just picked up this new microphone. It's just a clip-on shirt microphone, so I hope that helps with the audio quality and everything that you guys experience. I wanted to at least make that better. This microphone, it was only $25 on Amazon, so if you're starting out YouTubing, it's a great investment and it works with iPhones, Androids, pretty much any phone. But yeah, well, cool. With that out of the way, let's get into the shoe. All right, what we have here is called the Crestwood Mid shoe. I kind of think that this shoe derives sort of inspiration from Jordan, just with the angles. It's got kind of a lower profile down here and then a lot going on up top. For details, we have a plastic part of the heel counter with adidas Originals branding right there. And then we also have this strap that holds in the laces, and it also holds in this protective heel cover, which I've actually experienced that helping me out a lot. It's really tough, really rigid. It's large too, so that's cool. On the back of the sole, we also have Adidas branding right there. And then when we get to the bottom of the shoe, this shoe has almost zero grip. It is crazy. And then the only color that pops through is this blue right there. I don't think that does anything. I just think it's there for looks, which, you know, I don't really understand. Or maybe it's a support system inside the shoe that I just can't see. And then you also have this very tough gate-like, very coarse mesh on the back of the shoe underneath the strap and the heel counter. And then you also find that up at the top of the tongue and underneath it. The overall shoe has a leather suede kind of feel, where it's soft, but it feels like leather. I think it's faux leather, of course, because you wouldn't put this much leather on a shoe. And then on the tongue, you also have that suede leather right here, but it's also perforated, which usually perforation is there for breathability. But this shoe in particular, the perforation does nothing, because you have just this really tough, coarse, non-breathable mesh up here. You also have very soft cushioning on the tongue, and very soft, thin cushioning on the ankle over here. It's not that comfortable. I mean, at least it's there, but you don't really experience very much comfort because of how little cushioning there is there. When this shoe first dropped, it was $80. I got it in the gray colorway, but they also have a black and they had a red at the time of launch. I wanted the gray because I felt like it would be a little easier to match, and I think it's cool. But I think that this shoe is slept on because of actually multiple reasons. First of all, if we're staying within the Adidas brand, you have sort of tubular inspired designs, especially right here. So I think that if you were shopping for a high top shoe, you would rather go with a tubular instead of this, because tubular really isn't that much more expensive, and you can get it in prime knit now. This shoe you can't. And I also don't believe this shoe's on Adidas website any longer, which is sad because it's a cool looking shoe. I like it. I wouldn't buy it again, but I like having it. But then you also have, like I said earlier, sort of Jordan inspirations with this shoe. Maybe you guys agree with me and maybe you don't, but I think that if you were gonna spend $80 on shoes, if you are a sneakerhead, you might just spend extra money and go for the Jordan instead of this right here. Especially if brand loyalty means a lot to you and you would only go with Nike and only some Adidas shoes. But yeah, that's kind of what you got here. Oh yeah, and you also have Adidas branding right on the tongue, if I didn't mention that right there. But yeah, I mean, I don't get it though, because it was an inexpensive shoe, and for $80, I really don't think it looks that bad. The only thing that bugs me about it is mostly this sole at the bottom. You have no grip whatsoever. It's similar to a skateboard shoe, but oh well. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. just a slept on shoe. Wanted to bring it to your guys' attention, see if you guys wanted to cop. It is, again, called the Crestwood Mid. Cool though. Thanks for tuning in. That's kind of what I had today. Just a little video. I wanted to start doing this series, so rate it if you would. If you enjoyed the content, subscribe if you want to see more, and like or dislike if you liked or disliked. And if you disliked, tell me what I could change in the comments below, and try to improve the quality of these videos. But yeah, with that, you guys have a good one. Take it easy.